Welcome back to Peak Performers Podcast. This is part 2 of our interview with Novation Title founder and CEO Nuria Rivera. We're going to be talking about how every single minute of the day counts towards success and the links between business growth and the personal growth of your employees. Right here on Peak Performers Podcast.
Welcome to this edition of Peak Performers Podcast with your host, Thor Conklin. Thor will be sharing the necessary tools, strategies, and psychology you'll need to become a peak performer in any area of your life or business.
One bad employee can definitely ruin an organization. It almost be like a cancer. Have you had to let anybody go that's worked for you?
Yes, I have. And it's never fun, but I know it has to be done. I kind of see myself as a tool for innovation. Like, this may sound a little bit weird, but I see my company being an entity of itself, and I am a part of it. So I really just try to be in tune with what's the best thing for the company. And that definitely helps me make the decisions, not, of what I think, but what is best for the company and then everyone inside it.
Yeah, that's good advice. So many entrepreneurs treat their businesses like their own personal piggy banks and their own personal, venture. And it really is a standalone entity, both from a legal standpoint and from a practical standpoint. Look, I work for my company, period. It's got to be bigger than just you, and there's other people involved. Now, when I want to define something or clarify something here, when you're speaking about growth, you've mentioned it a couple times, you're talking about the growth that the individuals are growing. Is that correct? Or the growth of the company?
Really both. I came up with my business plan for the year, and I'm a huge artist, really, at heart. I love being creative and all of that. And so my business plan probably doesn't look like most people's business plans.
Does it have like little flowers and pictures on it?
Pretty much. I took out my colorful markers and I just drew everything on my big window. And so it's in front of me all the time, which is great. And I'm very clear with them and very in integrity of what I share with them. So transparency is very important to me. So they all know exactly what Novation's dreams and goals are for the year. I've shared with them, I want to take this thing nationwide. I mean, I'm a big dreamer. I'm a big believer. And so that's the long-term goal. Goals definitely for Novation and for our office, but also in growth, but definitely growth for themselves, because I always tell them, I will never hold you back. If there's something you want to do, you come talk to me about it. And of course, if it's in alignment with what, our path, there's something that we can create. Let's co-create something. Let's make it work. I've had to change positions or different things that people were doing because it was not in alignment to what I thought was the right thing for them. And then later on, I discovered, oh my gosh, that's their gift. And we actually would need something for that gift. So there's been, quite a few changes within the year and a half that we've been open. But it's worked out for the very best. I mean, I want people to be happy. I want people to feel and understand that they can grow, and I'm never going to hold them down.
What do you tell the women out there that have businesses or think about starting businesses, and they hear a lot of, well, it's kind of a man's world out there. It's a man's industry, and I don't know if I'm going to get a fair shake.
I would tell them to change their story. To me, that's just the story. So create a new one that is actually true for you.
And something that supports you.
For me, it was so many people were telling me I was crazy. I mean, I'm definitely an outcast. I'm 32 years old. I'm a woman. I'm Hispanic. I have all these things that are not normal. Most of my colleagues are male. They're a little bit older. And they're white. Not that matters, but that's just kind of the truth.
You had to learn a new language at age 11.
Yeah. Yeah. I came here. I was an immigrant and learned the language. I mean, it's not typical that, at least here in Utah, there's a title company owner that is like me. And so I had a lot of people telling me, you're crazy. When I told them about my idea of just launching, they said, you're crazy. CFPB is coming out. This is the worst time you can do this at. People were trying to talk me out of it nonstop, left and right. But
so you must have an Ivy League schooling background, yes?
I just went to and did my 2-year degree.
Okay, so there must have been a whole bunch of family money or something. I'm looking for,
No.
You told me everything that what? Okay, so no money, no college, no Ivy League college degree, and all the other things stacked on top of each other, and people told you that you're crazy, but yet you made it work.
Yeah, absolutely. When you make a decision in your life and you've made that decision based upon something that's way higher than you, nothing matters. Like when I knew that I was going to do this, it was so clear and nothing was going to get in my way. No matter who you were telling me that I was crazy, like I know I'm crazy, but I like it. Like I'm a fun crazy. I had people just saying, no, you shouldn't do it. Horrible timing, a lot of scarcity mindsets. And I just knew that this was something bigger than me and it was going to happen. But yeah, I didn't get any loans. I didn't have money. My family doesn't have money. I mean, my family, again, we migrated here when I was 11 years old. We lived in a very humble way. And, I feel that's where some of my drive comes from, because at one point I said, I am not living my life like this. I want to create wealth. I want to create abundance. And it served me for a long time until I realized that, yeah, that was cool, but also there was a bigger purpose in my life and in my business than just the money.
Yeah.
And that was beautiful.
And I think, and I'll contend, I don't know if this is true or not, but I'm just going to contend this, that some of these things that a lot of people see as a negative or a hindrance, no money, no Ivy League education, how to learn a language at 11, Hispanic, a woman, a lot of times those can become your fuel. Those can become what drives you when it's late at night and everyone's telling you can't do it. You're like, watch me.
Yes, absolutely.
So yeah, use your gifts. Sometimes your gifts are things that to others look like scarcity or issues or problems or hindrances. Use what you have. Let it drive you.
Okay, why do you get up every single morning and go to work? Is it because you love morning traffic, office break room coffee, and meetings? No. The main reason people get together and work is accountability. Of course, these days you can definitely remotely work most jobs. Heck, my phone's got a more powerful computer in it than any desktop my dad's ever used. But it's not about that. What it is about is being able to look a peer in the eye and know that you delivered. A lot of entrepreneurs these days don't have that luxury. They might work from home. They might be a sole proprietor, or they might just be a one-person operation. But accountability is still an important part to execution and overall success. So what do? Well, we've got a solution. Visit thorconklin.com/accountability. Thor's set up a masterful system that's powerful and allows you to connect one-on-one with him. If you think you might be a good candidate, simply check us out. Again, it's thorconklin.com/accountability. It'll be the easiest meeting you sit through all day.
You are really good at getting stuff done. You just don't dream about it. You get it done. And here on Peak Performers, we're all about execution and productivity. So you spoke about the culture. You spoke about different aspects of your company. But what do you do to get the stuff done?
Oh my gosh. I believe I was in middle school and my dad gave me a book, and I can't tell you the name because I don't even remember it. But he said, you need to read this. And I looked at it. I didn't even finish the book, but the message I got from it was that every minute counted. And if I wanted to really be productive and make a change and really be successful, every minute counted. And ever since then, I just understood that and I really got it. And so anytime that I am in my business and I have even like a 2-minute slot in my head, right away I default to what can I be doing right now that's productive? And so constantly I'm doing. My employee yesterday was saying that to somebody else. He said, Nuria just does. I mean, she's just doing. And so, yeah, I just don't want to waste time. I would rather be doing something productive, something beneficial. Not that I don't have my downtime. Of course I do. And not that some days I don't have those funky days. Of course I do. I had one yesterday. I had some family things going on and it shifted my focus. And of course I'm human and I have those days. I'm not always 100%. However, I really just always default to that. Like, what can I be doing right now that is productive?
Yeah, we're coming off the loss in Atlanta of the Atlanta Falcons, so I know what that felt like on Monday. I was like, you got to be kidding me. Is there a worse way to lose a game? I said there's at least 8 episodes of a podcast in there somewhere.
That was so epic, though.
What not to do?
I mean, those guys killed it at the end. I didn't really have a favorite team. I just watched, because it's the Super Bowl, of course, and I can get into it. But man, talk about mindset. I mean, the last 5 minutes of the game and the team just turns everything around and wins. It was just incredible as far as mindset goes for me. I just thought, wow, they could have at the almost very end be like, I give up. Like, how in the heck are we going to turn this around? And it just goes to show you that your mind has so much power. And it was really cool to see that. Although I'm sure, people have their favorite teams. From that point of view, that was pretty incredible to see.
If it was just back and forth, and they lost, okay, tough game. But to lose that way, I mean, that's just an epic fail.
I know. Epic for sure.
It's like, I don't want to be part of a city anymore. I'll move to Utah. There you go. You guys have a football team?
Very strong economy, growing.
Oh, it's beautiful, beautiful out there. What would you try in business if you knew you could not fail?
Oh my gosh, everything. I actually have a quote in my office from a friend, and it says, believe and act as if it were impossible to fail. So it's funny that you bring that up. I mean, you could do everything. You could do anything. I mean, what are your dreams? What do you want your lifestyle to be? And then design your life about or around that. I feel that part of my expansion goals and dreams for Novation are revolved around what I would like my lifestyle to be, because I want to live a life with passion. And I do live that every day. I feel like I live my purpose, and there's purpose and impact within my business. And so, I mean, it's just your limits. It's just your own limiting beliefs. You can create and do whatever you want.
I do a lot of mentoring of entrepreneurs, younger entrepreneurs that are just getting started or have businesses less than $1 million. And so often I hear them say, well, Thor, that's easy for you to say, you know what you're doing in this area. You know what you're doing in this area. And I say it over and over and over again that as entrepreneurs, even seasoned entrepreneurs, I'm going into my 17th year. I said, I start stuff and I have no idea what I'm doing. And you just kind of leap out there with some faith, and hopefully the parachute will open before you hit the bottom. You started a business. You didn't have a business before. Did you find that you were entering into uncharted territory and just leaping on faith and just kind of creating as you went? Or did you have everything kind of set before you pulled the trigger?
Oh my gosh, I don't think that you will ever be ready or have everything set. There is so much that goes into it. And I felt like I had enough to get started, but absolutely 100%. There was a huge leap of faith because I knew that I didn't know everything. I still don't know everything. But guess what? You just figure it out. You just call the right people. You ask the right questions. You hire the right people. You're never going to know everything. And your strengths are going to be different than others. So play off your strengths, and then everything that you don't know, you just ask, or you hire those people, or you get mentoring on it. And that's a part of the growth. I mean, I want to move more into the commercial side of our industry, and I want to focus on higher income or higher price property. And so that's a little bit newer for me, and it's a little uncomfortable because I don't know every single detail about it all. However, I know that I can figure it out. So when I made my decision to launch this company, I knew that there were going to be challenges and that surprises, and there were. There were quite a bit. But in the end, just know and trust that everything's going to happen for you. And all the little challenges that you face are just a growing and learning experience. And so, yeah, of course, take a leap of faith. And in the end, I thought to myself, is somebody going to die over this, that I launched my company? No. So what do I have to lose? Let's just do it.
Exactly.
No one's dying.
And learn on the way. Done is better than perfect. Open is better than perfect. You've got to just open. You just got to do it. Push the button. I remember my feeling when I had to push the button on the first episode to broadcast it. It was scary. It was like, could this be better? Hell yeah, it could be better. But you just had to just do it, and it'll get better.
Yes. And that's a part of your growth. I mean, I've done so much growth within the last year and a half, and I love it. I mean, I am growth. I obviously believe in growth, and you definitely just got to go for it. Don't let other people's thoughts hold you back, and don't let your own thoughts hold you back. If you know it's something that is going to help other people and really make a difference, and you're able to live by your purpose, then just do it.
Yeah, I'm 6'4", and people ask me all the time, how'd you get so tall? Personal growth. I'll be 8 foot by the time I die.
I love it. Always be a student, for sure. Always.
Always a student. For those that know me well, I keep a statue here in my office called the Self-Made Man, and it's a man chiseling himself out of a block of granite using a chisel and a hammer, and that represents me. And it represents every day waking up and figuring out what no longer belongs and what needs to be removed. Because the true essence of who Thor is within this body, within this soul, within this mind. And I'm trying to figure out how to craft it and design it and sculpt it every single day.
I love that.
Thank you so much for listening today. I really do appreciate your time, and I hope you found today's show valuable. If you would like to receive these shows automatically to your phone or to your computer, simply go to iTunes and subscribe. After listening to several of the shows, if you're so inclined, please leave us a 5-star rating, as this helps us reach additional people and spread the message. If you're truly committed to taking your life to the next level and doing whatever it takes to become a peak performer, but something's holding you back, something is blocking your way, and you just can't seem to figure out what it is, send me an email to info@thorconklin.com, and I'd be more than happy to get on the phone with you. We'll schedule a 15-minute discovery call. No obligation, no cost. I absolutely love to hear from the listeners, and if there's something I can do to help, I'd be more than happy to do that. Also, if you found something of great interest in today's show and you want to share that with your friends and family, simply go to my Facebook page, Thor Conklin, click on the episode, hit the share button, and share it on your page. You can follow me at Twitter at Thor Conklin. The website is thorconklin.com. We're constantly adding new free resources, discussing additional tricks, tips, tools, and strategies on how to be a peak performer. Remember, I try to keep these episodes short so you can listen to them during dot time, doing other things, commuting, driving, walking, working out. Decide to be a peak performer in all that you do. And until tomorrow, have an absolutely amazing day.
That concludes part 2 of our interview with Nuria Rivera. Part 3 will feature an important discussion on making decisions based on what's best for your company in terms of alignment with overall goals. So be on the lookout. We'll see you at the top.